Hello everyone. For my tutorial, I am going to teach you guys how to use the program Glogster and create an interactive multimedia poster. Now Glogster is a really cool site. You can do a lot with it, and I think it would be a perfect tool to use in the classroom. It would really engage the students, and they would have a lot of fun using this program. So the first thing we're going to do is, obviously I'm on the glogster.com webpage, and what I'm going to do first is I'm going to create a new glog. Now when I push this button, as you can see on the bottom here, they have different templates that you can use for creating your Glogster. Now there's a field trip template, a project presentation template, there's a whole bunch, but for this lesson what we're going to do is we're just going to choose a blank template, nice vertical blank template, and start with that. So I clicked on it, and as you can see on this template, there's already a little text bubble and a couple of graphics. We're going to start right from scratch. So to get rid of these, I'm just going to highlight it, bring it down here, click on this little garbage button just above text bubble. Same thing with this, and this as well. Now the first thing we want to do is we want to see what this Glogster, what it has to offer. So if I click this little plus button, shows us these are some of the things that we can add to our Glogster. We have text, graphics, image, our wall, audio, video, and data. So the first thing we want to do is we want to get a wall for a project. So I'm going to click on wall. Now Glogster has access to your images. So if there's any images on your computer that you want to use for your background, you can apply it to this poster. As well, if you just want a solid color, you can go over some of the colors here. As well, you can actually search Google. If there's a background that you really want to use for your poster, you can do a Google search and they will provide you with the results of some of the things that you can use. But in this case, we're just going to go to the gallery. And as you can see in the gallery, there's different folders here representing different types of classes. So you have chemistry, languages, journal, math, etc. What we're going to do is we're going to find one that applies to communications technology. So I'm just going to scroll over. As you can see, there's two folders here. There's a technology 1 and a technology 2. So I'm going to click on technology 1. Now our poster is going to be on digital citizenship. So we want to find a background that applies to digital citizenship. So let's take a look here. Scroll a little bit over here. And as you can see on the bottom here, there's a picture of a computer. Now to preview it, we just click on it once. There it is right there. If we think that's the one we want to use, we can just click on use it, close this, and voila. And as you can see, it auto-saves anytime you make a selection to your Glogster. Now if I scroll down, you'll see that there's a lot of room here, so you can use different types of media in your Glogster project. But the first thing we want to do is we're going to add some text. So let's go back to our little menu here. We're going to click on text. Now if you just want to add any kind of text to your Glogster right onto your poster, you can just click on this button here, the text heading. But for this project, I think we want to add maybe just a little text bubble that contains some information about digital citizenship. So we're going to scroll down here. Let's go back to our technology buttons here and see what it has to offer. So as you can see, technology 2 has black and white text bubbles, but let's use a nice colored one here. So for our blue background, let's just use this one here. So I'm going to click on it. There's our preview. I'm going to use it, close it, and there it is on our screen right down here. Now if I want to change the size of it, I can just go to my little anchors here, and as you can see, I can shrink it, make it bigger, and also rotate it as well. Okay, so I'm going to put the text bubble right near the top. Okay, and I'm just going to add some text. So to add text, what I do is I'll just click twice. I can delete the default text, and let's say you never know who is following your digital footprints. Okay, and what I can do here is if I highlight my text, I can go to size, and they can auto size it for you. So if I click on auto size, there you go, it's in our bubble. And if you want to change the color, there's a color button right here. Okay, we can make it black as the default color, but you could use any type of color here. Let's say we use even use dark purple. See how that looks. There it is right there. So there it is. You never know who is following your digital footsteps. As well, if you want to, you can also change the font. Again, Arial's the default. You could change it to different types of font. That's kind of a cool font right there. We'll use that one. Close it, and there you know. You never know who is following your digital footprints, and again, you can move it around if you want. Now, the text bubble, you can also change some of the characteristics of that. If you want, you could change the color. As you can see, there's different colors that we can use. Okay, so we can pick maybe a lighter one. Pick the yellow one right there. Sure. Close it. As well, if you want, you can create a little shadow on it. So if you click this button to on, as you can see, if you look at the text bubble here, we could add the little angle of the shadow. See, there's our distance of the shadow. We can make it bigger. We can angle it. If you want to put it anywhere around the text bubble, you can do that as well. But for the sake of this assignment, we're just going to leave it like this. Okay? And if you ever want to lock your text bubble so that you don't maybe close it by accident, or if something happens on the program, you can always lock it. There's a lock button right here. Click on that and it won't move. It will stay put until you are finished your assignment. And if you want to unlock it, just click on the bubble and it unlocks it. And that's that. So there's our text. So next thing we want to do is we want to go right back up to our menu here, and let's try and add a graphic. Okay, now for each subject, they have graphics. So let's go back to our technology and see if we can add something. So there's a lot of different, there's a graphic of a computer right there. We can add that. For the sake of this project, let's try and add an arrow, because we want to link that text bubble with something. So I'm going to click on the arrow. There's my preview again right here. We're going to use this. Now when I scroll down, there's my arrow. There's more than one arrow. We don't need that. So there's my arrow, and again, I can make it smaller. I can rotate it if I want. Bring it up, and I'm going to link this to another section of my assignment. There it is right there. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to go back to our menu here. I want to add an image, something that has something to do with you never know who's following your digital footsteps. So here's my image right here. There's my son on the computer. I'm probably going to be using that for my Glogster. But if I go to Google, you can also search. So if we want something to do with digital citizenship, click on it and it will give us different images that we can possibly use on our poster. As you can see, they have some cool images on there. There's a Wordle on there, which is right here, that you can use. Okay, so again, different types of information that you can apply to your poster. But for this project, we're going to use an image. So here's my son on his iPad. There's a preview of it. We're going to use that. Close this. There he is right there, obviously a little big. So what we're going to do is we're going to make it a little smaller. I'm going to maybe down here. Rotate it a little bit. Over a little bit. Bring this one over here. Okay. So there's just a little example of what you can do on your poster. So there's a picture of my son on his iPad, on my iPad, which he uses frequently, and it's pointing to the bubble that says you never know who is following your digital footprints. Okay. Now we can still add more things to our poster. If we go to audio, if you have a song that you want to add to your poster or any MP3 file, you can also add that to your Glogster poster. If there's a song that applies to the topic that you're covering. As well, you can add video. If there's any video on your computer that you want to add, you can add that as well. If you click on YouTube, you can search for a video that deals with digital citizenship. If I do a search here, it'll show me some videos that I could use. For the sake of this project, let's just pick say this one right here. Say use it. We'll close this window, scroll down, bring this box down a little bit here. Okay, let's make it a little smaller as well. I don't want it to take up too much. Okay, we'll put it right here. Right there. And what we can do is when we go to preview, right at the top here beside saving, again I made a change so it automatically saves the project. Now if I go to preview, this is what our Glogster is going to look like. And when I click on the play button, it plays the YouTube clip. So you can add any type of clip, again YouTube clip, anything you'd like, and you can import it into your Glogster. So we'll just pause that. Go back to editing, and if we go back to our menu here, there's also a data button. So if there's any data on your computer, any files that you want to use, that you want to add to your Glogster, you can do that as well. So if I click on my data, this button right here, see, it goes to my files, and I can pick a file that I would like to add in the picture, and it will automatically add it. So again, you have access to a lot of information on here that I think students will enjoy using. So I can save it. There it is right here, Glog name. We'll call it Digital Citizenship. Discipline, we can say it's vocational technology. Topic, computer and information. We'll say grade 11. So that's just a little glimpse of what you can do. If you're unfinished, you can click on unfinished. If you are finished, click on finished, save. You wait, there you go, it's saved. And you can go back to editing. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial on how you can create a poster on Glogster, and good luck the rest of the way in the course.